Are you starting to think about downsizing here in Victoria, but it all feels just a bit overwhelming? Well, you're not alone. Most of my clients tell me it's tough letting go of a home full of memories, sorting through years of belongings, and figuring out what comes next. The good news is you don't have to do it alone. I'm going to share five of the most common challenges that people 55 and older run into, and some secrets for some simple solutions that can make the whole process easier, lighter, and even a little exciting. The first problem is your emotional attachment to your family home. Your home is not just your house, but decades of memories with your kids growing up, memories of holidays, and all the family events you've shared together. Instead of focusing on what you're leaving behind, you could focus on what's being gained in your downsizing. You may find it a lot less stressful living in a smaller home with less maintenance to do. This may give you more freedom to do the things you and your partner want to do together or with your family. Think about how you will feel with more time for new hobbies, for extended travel, and maybe that weekend trip to the kids' place to visit the grandchildren. A nice way to look at this is that you are carrying your memories with you while making room for new ones. Here are a couple tips that may help. Create a memory book or a digital photo or a video tour of the home before moving. Save a few meaningful full items like a chair, a favorite piece of art, or the kitchen table that hosted those many family dinners. Invite your children or your grandchildren to pick out keepsakes to share the legacy of your home, to carry family stories and your sense of your home forward. As well, host a farewell gathering in that old home to create closure as you move. And lastly, focus on your lifestyle after you move, what it will look like, and what excitement is ahead for you. Another problem is many stress over being overwhelmed with decluttering and sorting your possessions. You have a life of things accumulated, and it is just so hard to decide what goes where and what comes with you to your new home. And I think the biggest and best tip is to break those activities into small steps. For example, try to do one drawer at a time rather than trying to tackle the whole house. You can focus on categories such as clothing or maybe books or kitchenware or sentimental items. Even 15 or 20 minutes a day can build momentum and make progress. Use the keep, donate, and toss rule. Have three boxes, one for items to keep, one for donations, and one for discards. This can make decisions easier and faster. Another tip is the 27 rule. Each time you work on this, either do it for 27 minutes or until you have made decisions on keeping, giving away, or discarding 27 items. To build momentum, start working with the easy stuff first. This can be in areas like the garage, the pantry, or maybe the linen closet. Early wins will give you confidence and get you ready to tackle those tougher items with memories attached. If this is too much, then consider bringing in outside help. You don't have to do it all alone. There are professional organizers, junk removal companies, and even your handy realtor can help guide the process. Instead of thinking it's about getting rid of things, consider it as passing treasures forward. And you can photograph items to hold memories for those things that are not practical to keep. A digital keepsake album will save that story without having to store it. Finally, you can measure and plan furniture placement in your new space. Knowing what fits will help you with your clarity on what must go. A third problem is after living for decades in your home, when you think about the moves, you may face fear of the change and the unknown and what it will be like at the new place. It is certainly normal to feel uncertain about leaving your home and lifestyle when moving. Everyone feels that way before a big move. I sure do. You can focus on the positive aspects of the moves. You may have more time, more freedom, no yard work, no stairs. You could be closer to your medical care or shopping and your friends. And the move has many more gains and losses when you consider these things. If you are moving into a 55 plus complex, many will provide tours of the complex, and some will even let you book a stay for a day or two so you can fully experience the new location. There may also be open houses and events that are in the area where you are moving to. This will give you a feel of what life looks like in the new location. Seeing many others in the new location makes the unknown less scary. If moving far, you might want to do a test run by renting a condo in that area for a month to see what it's like. Knowing what it's like can reduce anxiety. Now, your family is a large factor. You and your partner have decided to move, which you think is a great idea, and you have chosen the new area, but your family disagrees. You feel pressure due to their differing opinions, and everyone has a different idea about what's best for you. This is what you can do. First, recognize that this is your decision, not theirs. Remind your family that their input is valuable, but that ultimately it's your retirement and your comfort that's important in your future retirement years. Recognize that family members mean well, but their advice may reflect their own preferences and not yours. Acknowledge your family's concerns, but set clear boundaries by saying, "Thank you for your thoughts. We will take that into consideration." Instead of letting discussions turn into conflicts, involve your family members in supportive ways such as having your kids help with sorting and packing, or ask them for help researching other communities or maybe the moving services. This will shift their energy from debating with you into helping. And consider using a neutral third party such as a realtor or a professional downsizing consultant who can act as a guide and mediator, helping your family stay focused on the facts and not on emotions. And finally, remind your family that you are not losing your old life, but rather creating the next chapter. Now, you may be worried about the timing of the sale for your current home and the purchase of your new home. And you may worry about selling too early, then having nowhere to go, or buying too soon and being stuck with two homes and dealing with the mortgages, or where you will live if the purchase closes at a later date than the sale date. Stress in this case is real, but this is solvable with planning. First, you should, if you will need additional funding, talk to a mortgage broker to get your pre-approved mortgage for your purchase, or talk to your financial advisor to get financially ready. Find out what options they have available. This can make you more comfortable in your buying decisions when the right home comes by. This is quite important to do early, especially if you are still working, because mortgages are based on your ability to pay the monthly payments. If you are retired with a smaller pension than your current employment income, then you may find that you are not able to get a large enough mortgage, and maybe not at all, for your purchase because your income is too low. Once you have the mortgage and then retire on a lower income, you will still be set because you will not need to requalify when you renew your mortgage. You should work with a local experienced real estate agent. They understand Victoria's market cycles and they can help align the sale and purchase strategically. Your realtor knows the average days on market and season trends to help you determine with your timing. You can explore flexible options like short-term rentals or rent backs, where you rent back your sold home for a few months. Bridge financing can smooth the gap between selling and moving. These can give you some breathing room and remove the need for everything to be perfect and reduce your stress. A good idea is to start looking for a potential downsized home before listing your current home. This will give you some confidence that you are available and help you learn about the market, allowing you to make a quick decision based on your current market knowledge when you find that perfect home. Putting together some what if plans can help you plan for contingencies. For example, if your current home sells faster or if it takes longer, etc. Now that we have looked at 5 downsizing problems and the secrets to solve them, then you should look at this video about 55 homes. This covers the pros and cons in one of these communities. You can also use the QR code to access your free Victoria location guide if you're downsizing from elsewhere to Victoria. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.